Thank you so much, Executive Director Hard Uganda. At this point of time, I'm going to usher the room to the chairperson of the debate to move us through. Thank you so much.
All right, are we now in the mood of the debate? I'm seeing people are not even smiling. I want to see smiles on your faces. Okay, so for now, I'm the chairperson of the tonight's tournament. I'm known by the name Philomena Omugo, a teacher of St. Luke Midi Secondary School. So before we go far, I would like to welcome everyone. May we appreciate ourselves for being here. Then on that, may we also appreciate Hard Uganda and OPM for giving us this opportunity to be here today. Before I go far, let me welcome the judge to give us a brief communication, then we shall continue from there.
Thank you so much, Teacher Philomena, the settlement commander, the executive director Hard, and the staff, head teachers of the participating schools, teachers, the students, the RWC Council, and ladies and gentlemen who got invited for this function. As earlier on introduced, I'm Leonard, and I'll be leading the team for today's competition. We are running an adapted version of the World Schools debating format. We adapted it particularly to suit the need of this particular debate. And therefore, you're going to realize there are certain things which we'll be doing. It may not be in the standard format, because when I reached on ground, I realized that schools prepared 5 participants each. And if we were to run the standard format, we were supposed to remove 2 from each school. And we looked at this would be demoralizing on my young boys and young girls. And as the teachers from the participating schools, after our interaction with the organizers, we agreed to run an adapted version of the World School to cater for all participants who prepared so that they're able to participate. I felt clarifying that is going to be very key, because somebody will go and say, but which format are these people using? It appears I am lost. What are they doing? So that is what we are doing. So participants, we are going to have the constructive speeches, which will run for 6 minutes. And our constructive speeches will be for the first 3 participants. Speaker number 1, number 2, and then speaker number 3. The remaining 2 speakers are going to do the reply speech. Their role will be to summarize whatever happened in the debate. Ideally, we are supposed to have 1 reply speaker, which should have come from the 3. But now we are creating an opportunity for the 2 to participate in reply. So that is the clarification which I feel we should have before even we start. Now in this adapted version, what is going to be our speaker role? How is the debate going to look like? The first speakers will play the normal first speaker role of introducing the debate. You're introducing the motion, you're introducing the participants with whom you've come, and you go ahead and do case division. You tell us your arguments that you're going to present as a side, and you assign it which participant is handling which argument, and then you go ahead and develop the argument that has been assigned to your part. That is first participant, affirmative. First participant, negative, you start by refutation. You refute the arguments that have been put forward by affirmative 1, and then you go on to play all the other roles which first affirmative played. Introducing the argument if they have misinterpreted the motion, and then going ahead to lay your own arguments. First speakers, done. Speaker number 2, you are coming to extend the debate. How are you going to extend the debate? You first of all respond to the arguments that have been given by the first speakers on the opposing side. If you're on affirmative side, you respond to the arguments of opposition 1. If you're on opposition side, you respond to the arguments of a farmer 1. After the response, you then go ahead and develop your side of the argument. That is speaker number 2. Speaker number 3 will continue to extend the debate. That means in the third speeches, we are now narrowing the debate, yes, but extension is continuing. So you respond to your opponents, you also build your side of the argument, okay? Then we shall go to the second half of the debate, which is the reply speeches. In the reply speeches, the first reply speaker is going to come from the opposition side. So we are going to start the reply from opposition. The first reply speaker is going to provide for us a summary of what happened in the debate. But at this point, we want to see the debate turning more comparative. You don't now talk about what your side brought, but you tell us, we came with A, they came with B. We strongly believe that our A is better because of this reason and this reason and this reason. But on the other side, their B may not work, or their B is not going to work because their B has this fault, has this fault, has this fault. They fail to respond to these gaps. That is how the debate is supposed to be in the reply half, comparative. And that is what we should know. Then the last speaker on each side is coming to finish whatever the first speaker did not finish. Remember, the last 2 speakers will have only 3 minutes each. So if they will not have finished whatever they have prepared, then the last speaker comes to wrap it up. Assessment. In the new curriculum, teachers who are in the house will agree with me that we are now running away from hiding the assessment rubric for the learners. The learners should know what we are going to assess them on, and it is up to them if they will fulfill it or not. So, your assessment here today is going to be on a yardstick. The lowest marks that you can get from here is 60. And that is it. Coming on stage, not even defining the term like what I've done. I came here, I've spoken, I've not passed the motion. I have 60 marks. But to create a difference from that 60 so that you move to another level requires your effort now. And the highest marks which we're going to give you is going to be 80. And nobody is going with that max. I can assure you nobody is going with that max. So we're going to assess you between 60 and 80. But what is that thing that we will use to differentiate you from somebody who came like me, spoke, left without even defining the key terms? 1, speakers who are going to only come with claims. You just come and give a claim. Feminist values are better. And you stop there. You don't even explain. That one will give you a lower max. And you're not going to exceed 63. So between 61 and 63, just giving a claim without any explanation. Now, if you give for me claim plus reasons, you're saying feminist values provide a better or a more effective foundation. And you go ahead and tell me the reasons why you're saying so. That is going to give you in a band of 64 to 66. Now, if you are able to add on top of the reasons the impacts of the arguments you're trying to, I'm going to use a different thing, because if I use this one, somebody may come and start copying me. So let me use a different thing. So for example, we are all common with this notion: mother is better than father. Mother cooks food. That is a claim. 61, 63. Right? Yes. But if you go ahead and tell us the reason why mother is better. Firstly, we need to understand the fact that most of our Ugandan families are becoming female-headed. What does this mean? Most times the men are taking their time out of home. That necessarily means much of the time at home is under the control of the mothers. We're not only talking about their cooking food, but the presence and the emotional support they offer for these young people. You now have a vision. You are still talking about cooking food, but you have a bigger vision for talking about cooking food. What then is the impact of this? Children feel loved, children feel supported, children feel cared for. They are going to develop self-esteem. They will become responsible citizens that are not going to lack, unlike situations where we have absent father syndrome and absent mother syndrome. You now have an impact. Now, if you have impact, we are going to give you from around 67, 69. Now, for somebody who is able to pick from that level of impact and becomes comparative, obviously somebody is going to come and say, are you aware that we also have fathers who stay at home? Yes. So when somebody brings that, now for you, your comparative approach will be, we are not running away from the fact that fathers also stay at home. But let us look at the impact they have when they are at home. Most times they are moody, they are stressed. So you're trying to show to us that it is not about being at home, but being at home while causing a different impact. So somebody who becomes comparative, we are going to give you from 7 to 72. And then somebody who is going to be able to use multiple explanations for the same thing. You are not only talking about presence at home, but also other explanations. But you we then give you 73, 75. And we shall stop there. We will not go to the 80. So friends, as you bring in your arguments, feminist values versus traditional governance approaches, be as comparative as possible and use multiple explanations. You will go with the win. May the best team win. Teacher Philomena is going to take us through some of the rules we agreed on. This was after having a meeting with the patrons. So what he is telling us is not what our school is imposing for this competition, but after agreeing with representative of HAD, representative from the 2 schools, and myself. She is speaking our voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are now going to continue from there. As for now, our motion says feminist values provide a more effective foundation for combating corruption than traditional governance approaches. I repeat, our motion for tonight says feminist values provide a more effective foundation for combating corruption than traditional governance approach. That is what we are going to look at tonight. It is going to be between St. Luke Widi Secondary School and Ofua Secondary School. So at this juncture, I would like to give you the rules of the debate. For now, we are expecting the interactions in form of the point of information. Then the point of information is going to be given, or we are allowing the point of information to come in the first. We are not allowing the point of information to come in the first minute and the speaker is talking. Okay? In the first minute, you are not allowed to come up with the point of information. Then also, in the last minute, you are not allowed to request for the point of information. This is because you have to give the speaker time to mention or to see the points that he or she is having. Then, in the asking of the point of information, you are requested to use only 15 seconds. Then to add on that, we expect respect to be in the room. No more quarreling, no other arguments that is going to cause noise. Then as we applauding the honorables, we expect you to only stamp your feet, okay? We are not tolerating the clapping of the hands. We expect you to at least stamp your feet to show that you are applauding the person. I think for now, that is what we're going with. I hope we have all picked that. I hope we have all picked that, the honorables. So this takes us to the next thing. I'm going to introduce to you the honorables of the tonight tournament. From the opposite side, we have Honorable Aligoro Kodi. The next one, we have Honorable Mukini Crispin. We have Honorable Fatna Mamoni. We have Honorable Daniel Komon Ele. We have Honorable Kabira Natani. That is from the opposite side. That is to say, Ofwa Secondary School. Then from the proposer side, we have Honorable Gift Dada. We have Honorable Asunta Mange. We have Honorable Stevie Ojale. We have Honorable Ikma Khadija. We have Honorable Selina Abanga. So we are going to use 6 minutes for the first 3 speakers, then 3 minutes for the last 2 speakers. And for now, okay, we have been interrupted a bit. Before we continue from there, we have a big person who has come amidst us, the LC5 of the area. May we welcome him with a round of applause. To greet us and tell us something in a few.
Thank you very much. The MC opening the partner was organized for us this city, the media fraternity, the security department, the office. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, good afternoon. My name is Esama James Nadua. I am the area councillor of Omugo sub-county. I was the secretary once the last 5 years. Currently, I am again appointed by EXAL to be the secretary. Social, community-based services, trade, and industries. Terego. Certainly in here for EXAL. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, in this house, I am temporarily LC5 of Terego. When I cross out, I will now remain the Secretary of Social Services, take in charge of education. Girls and boys in the house, we all started like the way you have begun. I started debating in Yidu Primary here. By that time, topics were mother and father. My brother, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be the main speaker at that time. Mine is mother. Mother cooks food. Father, no. Mother goes to the market. Father, no. That is the genesis, the beginning of every success in future. And when I joined St. Charles with the college Omugo, I also started now learning the difference between father is better than mother. It now changes to different topics. Women emancipation has done more harm to the community. So these are topics which is what you are doing, you are doing what we did years ago. I appreciate you for that. The partner, this is a strange thing. I wish all the partners begin to venture in education. I continue to pray that you continue writing more proposals and succeed in them so that you come and help our students. My dear girls and boys in the house, you are all looking handsome and beautiful. Your future is here on your hand. The future is just here with you right now. When you waste it right now, you will regret it after 35 years. Some of us are regretting. You see me, I am already regretting. I was supposed to be a doctor, not someone they talk in front of you like this, a politician. Because of my negligence, I involved myself in a strike. I led a very serious strike in St. Charles on the college of Omugo. I was dismissed. In senior three, the chemistry particles were taught during my absence. I only went to school to sit. I failed chemistry. I got chemistry past 7. I cried. I learned go and do A-level physics to chemistry. But I was supposed to be in the hospital. Most of my colleagues are medical workers. And I was just struggling. I still want to do something related to health. No way. I'm a teacher, my profession. I tried to change from teaching to agriculture so that I crossed to biology. Things became very hard. I went to the university for masters. I did masters in conservation biology. This biology has appeared. I am planning to go and do PhD from next year. Because when I starting PhD next year, I want to go and do PhD in biology. And then I do. I want to do zoonosis, which is also there in conservation, related to health. Because there are a lot of zoonotic diseases coming out, like Ebola, which has come in, like Corona. You may never know another will come natural disease. Because of climate change, a lot is happening. So I am giving this background because when you have heart of something, you will succeed. I was playing by a very poor person, not a rich person, very poor person who was not working. Something at the heap. Those who are from it might know how I came from. That's why I want to go and do PhD. To show to people, anybody can do something. You can do something. You can do. You will be one person, perhaps in Sudan or in Uganda. You can become a doctor. You can become a political leader. Some of you are even going to be the next ministers and the next president of something in South Sudan. So the future is with you. I am happy. And the teachers are doing a lot. The students are not doing their part to be experts. I therefore